Welcome back to the shop. Derek Wolfson here with Ironclad Metalworks, showing you today on this Tool Tuesday another tool that helps us do it mo better over here in our shop. And today is a tapping attachment for my drill press. This is a Tapmatic 50X. I picked this up used, and these things save me so much time. I think they're probably a little expensive for a hobbyist, but if you're doing anything in a production level and need a tapping machine and do not have a kind of tapping arm or something you can chuck up and do rigid tapping, this is an awesome machine. So let me show you it in action really quick, and then I'll explain kind of why I like this so much. So I use this to tap 2 holes. I built this sled, which you can see here, which I use to fasten this down. And what this is doing is really just exists to stop this part from lifting up as this power tapping head kind of runs down. So I have this all kind of jigged up. It's not going to spin. It has a little bit of freedom, but once this starts grabbing, it'll work. Now, how this works is this has actually a little bit of play in it. Let me see if I can find a collet. So it uses these rubber collets. So you put the tap in through this rubber collet, and it gives it some give. So you don't need to be completely straight, because if say this got in a little cockeyed, you're going to snap taps left and right, especially when they are done up in a drill press like this. There are also clutch settings on this, so you can set a clutch up here, and you just spin that back and forth. I'm not going to mess with this because I have it set up as I like it here. I mean, what that does is if this hits too much force ever running through, it'll actually stall out, stop you from breaking a tap. They recommend you actually use that to determine, all right, set it to where it kind of runs without that clutch ever engaging. And once you start hearing that clutch engaging, that means this tap is worn out and you should swap it out for a new one. So this is an awesome addition to my shop. So let me tap a few holes. I'm going to do 2 sets of these so you can see how quick this is compared to hand tapping. And then I'll talk through a few more features of this unit. So you're going to fire up the drill press, and all you do is line it up and let it rip. Slide it forward a bit. And there we have it, 2 perfectly tapped holes. Something I do like about this, it actually reverses out twice as fast as it goes in. Let me just get a close-up on those tapped holes. I mean, those are beautiful. You can do this by hand, but it'll take you a lot more time and you're not going to get as good results. So, in a production sense, you can just fire this next one up on the sled. Sit it tight. I have these little wings again to stop it from coming up. Of course, I'm struggling once I'm on video, but here we go. We're all jigged up. Just test for alignment. Get a little tapping fluid down, and off you go. So yeah, just an awesome tool to have around. Definitely speeds up my job. I think this probably cuts the time that I spent tapping holes at least by, it takes about 10% of the time as it used to once I had this. You do need some way to kind of move parts around if you're going to tap in multiple positions. I built this sled, which is just kind of 2 pieces. This goes into this. That is attached to the table, and then you can slide this back and forth. So there's a little bit of setup, I think, to get this unit working, at least in my shop here for this job. But really, it's worth it, these fixed costs, to set up this job. So I hope you enjoy that episode of Tool Tuesday, a little bit different flavor, showing you some of the more kind of machine tools I use on a day-to-day basis as opposed to the hand tools. And I've had some comments saying they want to see me using these things in action. I think this video would be incredibly boring if I just showed you this on the bench. But this is an incredibly awesome tool. Certainly is super high quality and helps me do it mo better. So if you like the material you're seeing on this channel, please like and subscribe. And we will check you again in about a week or so for another edition of Tool Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in.